Once again, here's Pastor Rick.
I don't know what burden you're carrying. I don't know what's weighing you down. But I do know the answer. The last verse on your outline, Jesus says this: come to me. Come to me. Not come to church, not come to class, not come to clinic. Come to me, Jesus says. All you that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you more work to do. I think some people actually think that's what the verse says. Come to me if you're weary and carrying heavy burdens, and Jesus says, I will give you what? Rest. Circle that. Rest. Rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I'm gentle and humble in heart, and you'll find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. For many years, I never understood that verse. First place, as a kid, I didn't know what a yolk was. I thought it was like the part around the egg, okay? Or in the middle of the egg. A yoke is a board that is stretched with two, arches in it that you put over two cattle so that two cattle will pull a cart. The value of a yoke is it halves the load. Without a yoke, you got one cow, it's got to pull that entire load by itself. But if you yoke up the cow with another cow, then the two cows together pull the load together, and the load is half as heavy. Does that make sense? So when Jesus says, take my yoke upon you, I didn't know, I just thought it was sounded to me like, oh, he's going to give me something else I got to deal with? Take my yoke. I got a heavy enough burden myself. Lord, I don't need to take your problems on me. That's not what at all what he's saying. When he says, take my yoke upon you, he's not saying, I'm going to give you my problems. Jesus doesn't have any problems. He's saying, take my yoke upon you. I'm going to share your problem. I'm going to share your load. I'm going to take your stress, and I'm going to pull it with you. Wow. Now he says three verbs in this verse. He says, come. He says, learn and take. He says, come to me, Jesus. And then he says, take the yoke on you. Team up with me. And then learn how I do it. This is going to lighten your load. This is going to reduce your stress. This is going to make it easier for you to navigate. Now write this down. When I'm yoked with Christ, we move together, because you're obviously yoked together. We move together in the same direction and at the same speed. And those two are the problems that you have. You're going in the wrong direction and you're going at the wrong speed. But when you yoke up with Christ, you will go in the right direction and you will go at the speed that you can handle. And when you're yoked to Christ, you're not going to go off in a ditch because he's going to keep you on the right path. And when you're yoked to Christ, you're not going to run too fast and burn yourself out because you're yoked to Christ. You need to come to him now. Let's bow our heads. Lord, I know there are many people who are tired and worn by the pace of modern living. And I know, Father, that of these different stresses that we've looked at, so many of them can be seen right here in our midst today. We know that many people are stressed out by worry, by fear, by conflict, by criticism, by indecision, by the rudeness of people around them, by a crowded schedule, by overwork, all of these different things. And Lord, if we just do it your way, life would be so much easier. If we would practice the 10 Commandments, if we would keep the Sabbath to rest our bodies, refocus our spirit, recharge our emotions, if we would fill our souls with beauty, not ugliness, if we would hear sounds of beauty and see scenes of beauty rather than filling our mind with so much negative news and negative talk shows and all of the conflict that is in the media today. Lord, I pray that each of these steps that David took, that we would take today. Now you pray. Would you pray? Say, dear God, in your mind, just say, I want to look to you to meet all my needs. I know that there's no person who could possibly meet all my emotional, spiritual, mental, physical needs. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And God, starting today, I'm going to obey your instructions about rest. You make me lie down in green pastures. Help me to fill my soul and my surroundings with beauty, with art, with music that you have given for the expression of emotions. Thank you that you make me lay down in green meadows and beside calm, quiet waters. And Father, those things that I don't know what to do, and when I'm just confused and I lack the wisdom, help me to go to you for guidance. Father, I need your wisdom in the days ahead. And when I go through dark valleys, help me not to be afraid of the shadow, but to turn to the light and look into your eyes, Jesus. And when I'm ready to give up, you know what I should do. And Father, when I feel like I'm under attack, and when I feel like others are against me, would you be my defender? Help me to speak no words of unkindness, but to return good for evil, to pray for those who persecute, to love those who hate, to do good to those who do evil. Would you be my defender, my protector, my fortress? Would you protect me like a shield? And let me trust you. And God, I'm going to expect you to finish what you started in me. And rather than what-ifing the future, I'm going to say, surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Jesus, you said to come to you, so I come to you. And I want to take your yoke on me. I want to team up with you. I want to learn of you. And I want to move forward in the direction and at the pace that you choose. Slow me down, Lord, that I may see your plan for my life. Jesus Christ, I invite you to take over every area of my life and my mind and replace my stress with your serenity. In your name I pray. Amen.